Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the next few minutes, we will learn together about talking about self with me. In this video, we are going to study the chapter 1, English Material Class 10 Semester 1. So, don't go anywhere, keep watching, and don't skip the video. Well, please take a look here. There are three basic concepts about this material. The first one tends to talk in talking about self, or about any things we can say when we talk about ourselves. And then, the next is introducing yourself. So, how do we introduce ourselves to others?
Amazing!
And the last one is introducing other people, or how we introduce other people. The first is when you introduce yourself, formal or informal conditions, namely greetings. You can say, "Hi everyone," "Hi everybody," and then you can say, "Hello," "Good morning," "Good afternoon," and "Good evening." For example, "Good morning, friends." But before mentioning your name, you can say, "I would like to introduce myself." Then you can say, "Let me introduce myself." And then, "I'd like to introduce myself." Use "I would" more polite than "I want to introduce myself." Secondly, you can mention your name. For example, "My name is," or if abbreviated, "My name's Rahmayanti," for example. And then you can say, "I am," or "I'm Rahma." You can call me Raya. And last, you can say, My nickname is Raya. Third, you can mention your location, which is where you live. For example, "I come from Bandung." And then, in addition, you can also say, for example, "I was born in Bandung, but currently live in Subang." And then, you can also say, "I live at Bandung." For example, but it must be accompanied by a complete address. For example, "I live at Sudirman Street, number 7, West Java." Like that. The next, you can add additional introduction. You can mention age, family members, profession, favorite subject, hobbies, favorite drink, favorite food, and goal or dream. Namely, there are some things that we can share or state to others. Okay, next, we will discuss two expressions that maybe you are still confused in their use, between "I was born on" and "I was born in." Keep in mind that if it ends in, it must be followed by the date of birth. For example, "I was born on 10 July 2002. Meanwhile, if it ends with in, it must be followed by the place of birth. For example, "I was born in Jakarta." So, you understand the difference between on and in. I want to give you example. Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Rahmayanti. You can call me Raya. I'm 20 years old. I am a student at Materi University. I have one older sister. I'm the youngest child of 2 siblings. My hobbies are writing, singing, and photography. My favorite drink is milk, and my favorite food is fried rice. And my dream is to be a lecturer. Okay, that's all. Thank you everyone.
Wow!
So, how do you introduce other people? Okay, we will discuss how to introduce other people because earlier we discussed how to introduce ourselves. The difference is only in the subjects. From introducing ourselves, we have learned to use subjects I and my. But in how to introduce other people, we use subjects he for male and she for female. And later, the possessive adjective use his and her. So, it's the same as before for the first. To mention your name, you can use his or her name is blah blah blah. And then, if you want to mention nickname, you can say his or her blah blah blah. For your age, you can use he or she is blah 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 years old. For the place of birth, you can use he or she was born in blah blah blah. If about address, you can use he or she is originally from blah blah blah. And then, for those who live now, you can use he or she now live in blah blah blah. And to call your hobby or to mention your hobby, you can use his or her hobby is blah blah blah. And the last, mention of your family, can use he or she has blah 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 brother, sister. Before we ask permission to introduce other people, here are some examples of expression. And the first is let me introduce you to blah blah blah. We can mention the name of our friend. For example, let me introduce you to Nadia. The second is I would like to introduce my friend to you blah blah blah. And the third, I would like you to meet blah blah blah. So, all three expressions are the same for asking permission to introduce someone else. And then, the next we will learn how to respond if someone introduces himself to us. So, you can use nice to meet you. The second is happy to meet you. And the third, you can say, how do you do? And then, if you have spoken to someone or introduce yourself, there are several expressions that are used to make you more polite. So, we don't leave right away. Namely, goodbye, bye, and see you later. So, then you have to be able to complete or fill in this conversation example. The first is blah blah blah, how are you? I have never seen you here before. Then, what are the points that must be complete? Yeah, the first one is hello because he has to say greet first. We will read again. Hello, who are you? I have never seen you here before. And then Haikal said, Hi, let me blah 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 myself. Guys, if to complete the sentence, namely introducing ourselves, we can say introduce. My name is Haikal. And then Alia said, Nice to meet you, Haikal. Are you originally from Bandung? And then Haikal said, No, I am blah 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 from Subang. You can see Alia's question, namely originally from Bandung. The answer must be yes, originally too. Namely, no, I am originally from Subang. And then Haikal said, but now I blah 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 in Bandung. It means Haikal mentioned his stay now. So we can answer live. We will read again. But now I live in Bandung. How about you? And then Alia said, I'm originally from Bandung. And now I still live in Bandung. By the way, who is the teacher sitting in that chair? Haikal said, Oh, let me introduce her to you, Alia. Blah 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 is Miss Kayla. Now, try to see beforehand that Haikal said, Let me introduce her. Namely, to introduce other people. Because Miss Kayla is a woman, if we introduce ourselves, we say, my name. But if we introduce someone else, it becomes her name. So, her name is Miss Kayla. She is an English teacher in this school. And then Alia said, Oh, I see. Thank you, Haikal. Haikal said, You are welcome. Sorry, Alia. I have got now. Blah blah blah. What can we feel? Yes, to close the conversation, we can say goodbye. And Alia said, Goodbye. Wow! Okay, that's all our lesson today. So, thank you for your attention. I hope you understand. And see you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.